Welcome to the Generations Embroidery Systems video on how to download and install the new alphabet monograms from Generations. In this video we will see how to download the circle monogram as well as interlocking monogram, as well as the bonus frames and the guidelines for the monograms. So first things first, you can see that I do have Generations open, but for this I do want to close it. I want to make sure Generations is not open during the installation. So I'll go ahead and close that out here. Once I've purchased the monograms, I can then download the products from the product download page. And if you see here, we have 4 different downloads. The first 2 are the monogram alphabets, the circle monogram as well as the interlocking monogram. And the second 2 are the hoop configuration as well as the bonus monograms, frames. And with these, with the first 2, it's important that you do have your authentication code or your install code for these after you purchase, because otherwise you won't be able to install. So make sure you do have those and have those in a safe place that you can access. Depending upon the internet client that you're using, also depends on where your downloads will go. I am using Chrome, and typically my downloads or what my links that I go and download will go to my downloads folder. There is a way to download to a specific location, and that's typically with a right click. So if I mouse over the download link, you'll see that my cursor turns into a little hand, and you can see that it is underlined. With this, I am going to right click, and I'm going to set Save Link As. Otherwise, if I just left click, it will automatically go to my downloads folder. And that's how my preferences are set in this program. But with Save Link As, I'm able to go in and go to my desktop and click on the desktop and actually download it right there. So you can see that it is on my desktop, and I'll hit save. You can see down at the bottom of my screen it saved the circle monograms. I will go ahead and do this for the rest of them. So I'll right click, Save Link As, and it's going to go to my desktop because that's the last thing I chose, and I'll hit save. Now it's important that you know where it's saving to, because that's where we have to install it from. So again, I will right click, Save Link As, and save. One more time, right click, Save Link As, and save. So I've purchased all of the monograms, and that's why I downloaded both. I can now close this out. There's no need to access this anymore since I did install, or I did save everything. So I'll go ahead and close it out. Again, we want to make sure that Generations is closed. I now have 4 downloads, or 4 files, I should say, on my desktop. In order to run the installation, I just have to double click. When I double click on the circle monogram, it may give you an error message or a warning message, I should say, not an error message, and that it's not recognizing this install. If you click More Info, and again, I'm on Windows 10, it will show you what it is, and I'll click Run Anyway. When I click Run Anyway, the pop-up box appears, and in order to install the monogram, the circle monogram, I'll press OK. Once I press OK, it asks me for the password or for the code. This is where you type in the code. Now remember that it is case sensitive, and you want to make sure that you copy it exactly as it was sent to you. So here I'm typing in my code, and after I type in my code I will press OK. Once it's typed in, it will go ahead and install it. Instructions will automatically pop up about how it's installed. And this is nice to have. You can print that out if you want, but we'll also show you how we use them in the program. So I can go ahead and close that out and move to my next download. I'll go ahead and double click, And again, I'll just click More Info and Run Anyway. After I do this, I'll press OK. And again, this is my password needed for the interlocking monograms. And this is going to be different than your other one. It's not the same for both. So each one is different. And again, make sure that you are typing it correctly. It is going to be case sensitive. And then press OK. Once you press OK, you might get this message. It's okay. You can just hit yes. It's just the same file that's being overwritten. Once that's installed, again, the instructions will pop up. I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. Now the next two I don't need codes for. So with this one, I'll just double click on it. Again, More Info and Run Anyway. I'll go ahead and press OK. And it went ahead and installed it. The bonus monogram, same thing. Double click, More Info, Run Anyway, and OK. And that's all I have to do. So now let's check and see if everything was installed properly. So we'll go ahead and open up Generations. And in opening up Generations, the first thing I'm going to check are the monogramming alphabets. So in order to do this, I need to turn on my building block bar. To do this, I go up to View, then scroll down to Toolbar. And once I get Toolbar, I'll scroll over and down to Building Block Bar. In Building Block Bar, you see I do have all the different categories, and if I use the arrows on the right-hand side to the right, you will see other categories appear. First of all, I have Interlock Center, Interlock Left, and Interlock Right. So if I click on these, you can now see my monograms that I purchased. On the left-hand side, now this is more alphabetized, I have Circle Mono Center, Circle Mono Left, and Circle Mono Right. So I do have those installed properly. The next thing I want to check is my monogram frames. I will go up over to the right-hand side with the Insert Monogramming and left-click. Once I insert monogramming, on the right-hand side you'll see bonus monograms. Now if you don't see these appear, you want to make sure Enable Background is checkmarked. So I will click on bonus monograms, and now you can see I've got 4 different monograms installed. The last thing I want to check is my hoops. So I will go up to View, and then View Preferences, and in View Preferences I will go to Hoop Original Point. In my Hoop Original Point, if I click on Machine Hoop Type, you will see a plethora of hoops. But as I scroll down, I want to make sure I have 2 new categories here. One is Circle Monogram Size Guide. If I place my cursor over that plus sign and left click, I have the Circle Monogram Size Guide. And I also want to make sure I have the Interlock Size Guide. So if I left click and left click, if I want to see that appear, I click on Show Hoop and then press OK. So that's my guide for when I do lay out the monograms. So it looks like I have everything installed properly. If you do have any questions, feel free to email us at tech support. That's TECHSUPPORT at generationsEMB.com. Thank you.